one of the bigger projects, and to be honest, one of the first bigger projects I did for True North was covering the carbon tax court case that was going on in Ontario and eventually in Saskatchewan and up to the Supreme Court. And that was a really interesting issue to cover, and I'm not a lawyer, but I kind of got my crash course in constitutional law covering that. But it was interesting to see what the stakes are, because a lot of interveners in that case were arguing not that, oh well, yes, we think the federal government has jurisdiction because climate is an important issue. They were saying no, it's an emergency. This is a national emergency, and the federal government has the right to act on climate change no differently than it would if we were in the midst of a world war. And when you see some of the gymnastics that are done to rationalize how you can do something, in this case, how you can get the federal government to impose a carbon tax on provinces who don't want it, you understand the stakes of these battles. And the carbon tax is one small aspect of energy policy and climate policy and all of that, but it's a significant one, and it also shows the importance of culture, because the Liberals ran and won an election on wanting to put a carbon tax in place. I mean, for a governing party, for a party to win an election promising a tax, first off, it shows the complete disregard for the West, which we already knew, but it reminded us. But secondly, it shows how a lot of Canadians are buying into this idea that that's the best way to prosperity, or that's the best way to whatever this vision is. So it's very important to really have these discussions and debates, because clearly there's a portion of the population that believes enough in it that they're willing to spend more every year for no tangible benefit. Yeah, and it's interesting because the court specifically said, and actually I'd say they went over the top saying that they weren't there to litigate climate science. That was the whole thing, that they were there to litigate the constitutionality. But it's amazing how people try to expand this, knowing that most people haven't read through the thousands of pages of documents and submissions and exhibits and hours of testimony and transcripts and all of that. And that's how they can do it. And it's the same as how the reporters who are writing about climate change are not themselves scientists. Now, they're not supposed to be, but it also means that they're relying on a good faith explanation of things from scientists. But if that's not there, or if there's another side that they're missing, then the population, the audience is missing that too.